Anyways, welcome back, everybody, to Out at Reese's podcast. I'm your host, Reese Shalvis, and we have a very special guest today, L0veaca.
Hello. I'm happy to be here. What's up, Utah?
Yo, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Happy to be alive. Happy to be here, bro.
I'm glad,
Appreciate you for having me, too, man.
I'm glad you came.
Make this happen.
This was awesome. Yeah, this is actually our first time meeting.
Yeah, we didn't get to meet at Lebo's thing. Shout out to Lebo. That's what we like. I heard about you.
You're at the Storm Tour event, right?
Yeah.
Salt Lake City. Yeah, which that's dropping November 25th.
Oh, you the one y'all did?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This Friday. So what brings you out to Salt Lake, man?
Shit, man. Just people and vibes, and you know what I'm saying. Just I'm always like on the tip of like trends, and like knowing like when things are about to change, and I feel like this is a place that is about to have like one of those shifts.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I really feel like it's gonna blow up. Mm-hmm. I've said that countless times to other people. I really see something big here.
Exactly.
I grew up here in Salt Lake City, so it's like it's my home, and I love seeing what it's growing. Actually, here, like I know there's like different areas like Provo, Ogden. I'm learning the area. So this is Bountiful.
Okay,
so that's where I kind of grew up.
Bountiful. Okay, hard.
So it's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes from downtown.
Okay. Yeah.
So where'd you say you were from?
I'm from Augusta, Georgia. That's where I was born.
Hey, that's cool. How far out of Atlanta is that?
About an hour.
About an hour. That's not bad.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of got like my feet wet, like just going to Atlanta and seeing how everything worked with the underground out there, like early 2015, like way back when.
Right. So, and it was the LA your next place right after?
Well, I was in Atlanta, and then my parents moved to Virginia when I was like senior high school. Yeah. So that's what I did my last year of high school in Virginia. And then right after I graduated, I went back to Atlanta. That's when I was working with like Thug and shit. And that's what I'm gonna get into that later on. But after that, I went to LA. Yeah, so I was in LA for bouncing back and forth for like a 3 years type shit. And then I went out there last year, and I spent a year out there.
That's cool. What'd you think of LA?
Shout out LA, man. LA crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. It's wild. Yeah. But it's beautiful.
I've only been there a couple times myself, but I plan on going back out there for just future events with Lebo and such.
Where I actually got another show. I'm performing out there December 10th on Melrose.
December 10th?
Yeah.
Hey, that's sick.
There. I ain't dropped that yet, but yeah. This exclusive right here. You hear it first right here.
You said you got another performance coming up?
Mm-hmm. I'm doing the show with NASCAR and Dogma on the 28th.
On the 28th?
Yeah, at the Soundwell.
That's cool.
That's like downtown Salt Lake.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's is it just like, is it similar to the Storm Tour event or?
Well, okay, so NASCAR works with this group called Death Proof, and they do a lot of shit out in LA. Yeah. And then I guess I heard about Dogma, and they're like I guess like a group out here, and they're doing a collective, I guess like a powwow type show, and I just wanted to meet Dogma and them, and I met Death Proof like couple times out in LA last year.
Oh,
damn. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be cool to like kind of see them out here, but I haven't like associated. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna do it, to them or whatever. But I'll see them there.
That's awesome. So how long you been in Salt Lake for?
Shit, like 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
What you think so far?
I love it.
It's
cool,
right?
bro. It's beautiful.
The mountains, I love it.
Bro, it's so different. Every day it's like a painting in the sky.
Yeah, it's like you just look over to Salt Lake and it's like, whoa.
And I used to have not a fantasy, but I always wanted to stay somewhere that was beautiful when I was working on like music seriously. And it's crazy that it kind of really manifested. It's wild.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Have you checked out any of the hikes? if you're someone that hikes.
He has. My ass don't be hiking.
Do you want to introduce your?
This is my business partner right here, Saya. My business partner, artist. It's a lot coming soon with him. Y'all gonna be seeing him a lot soon. But you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna keep him under wraps right now. You know what I'm saying. Very soon. But when y'all see him, you ain't gonna get enough of him.
Yes, sir.
That's my brother. That's my.
So is he like your actual brother or just a friend?
So we met, like I said, I moved to Virginia my senior high school. We met like the first day of school. And then we've been cool. Like we've been brothers since then. Yeah.
He just moved out here with you?
Yeah, that's
so
my
sick.
twin.
Yeah, I actually almost moved out to San Diego a couple of years ago.
Word.
And that would have been crazy, but it was when like the COVID happened and all that.
Everything happened for a reason though, because LA shut down crazy with COVID.
Oh, yeah.
It was wild. Yeah, it was kind of cool though, because I was on the train. It was like, sometimes you could be on the train and be nobody on the train.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I love California. I really love the weather out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can't get rid of that sun. Yeah, you can't get enough of it. That sun just be It's so good being warm every day.
Right, yeah.
Maybe hot as fuck sometimes. I'll be like, fuck.
Dude, it gets pretty hot here. I think over the summer it got to like 105.
Oh yeah, I think I caught the end of it.
Yeah,
I was like, ooh.
ooh.
I thought it was supposed to be a cold place,
like,
but I miss it now because it's so cold. Sometimes I be like,
that's what I love about Salt Lake is how diverse the weather is. So you like never get sick of kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
I guess I get sick of the cold sometimes, but
it's kind of a refreshing cold, you know, because down south where like it's the cold's like, I guess just like. It sits a lot harder. Up here, I think it's a lot more of like a softer, like, but like, you know, it's because of the mountains and the elevation, so the cold's like, I don't know, it just feels a little bit more like revitalizing.
Right, yeah.
It's like to the body.
It's like very refreshing on the mind, and I think it's a good spot, especially for like local artists, you know, talent and such.
I think it's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. I think it's gonna blow up soon.
It's gonna become like the next it's gonna become another huge city like LA. And such. Like
I think it'd be like Tennessee musically though. Because I want to go to Tennessee.
I haven't checked out Tennessee.
I went to Gatlinburg when I was a kid, and it was super cool. I was in like the Smoky Mountains. I loved it. But I think I think which part is super big. I forget which actual city, but Tennessee is supposed to be like a big place for like songwriters, specifically musically though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a big place. That's what they say.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've never been down there before.
We should set up. We should go on a Tennessee show.
Yo, that'd be dope.
Take a shout out. We can hit up Lebo.
Yo, that'd be sick. Has he been to Tennessee yet?
I have no clue. We can ask him.
That's cool. So tell us about yourself, man. Like what's what do you like to like when you're not doing music or any of your stuff? What do you like to just do for fun when you're just chilling out?
I'd be sitting in the room thinking about what I'm gonna do next. Yeah. I'm always like coming up with like shit, like t-shirts or like I don't know. I'm always just like filtering my brain with like what's going on like socially. I'm big on like social media, like specifically just to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like just tapping on Instagram or like Pinterest or Twitter. Or, just seeing what people are talking about or what people are wearing and stuff like that. So that's really I spend a lot of my time just like tapping in.
Yeah. So you feel like you're just like fully into this right now.
Absolutely. That's what this is all about. This is the next project I'm putting out. It's a little mixtape I'm talking about, Micro-Niche Celeb, and it's just like basically like encompassing that social media culture and like everybody right now is famous in their own way and in their own world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So everybody's like in this micro niche where they're like a celebrity. Yeah.
That's what I'm working on. What I find super interesting is like when you find your passion and you really start going at it. You realize how much you start cutting out of your life, like
absolutely.
Like I used to stream on Twitch, play video games. I used to watch a lot of shows and stuff. And then as I started this podcast, I've noticed I barely even do any of that anymore.
Shout out to you.
It's just like I feel like I'm always just trying to go, and it's while I'm working a full-time job as well.
Absolutely, because that's important too. And it's for all the creatives listening to this, and I'm gonna see this. Working a job is important and getting money is important. You know what I'm saying? When I was like coming up, I used to think like, bro, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you gonna be thinking, fuck that shit. But it's you know what I'm saying? Like I was listening to this book and it was saying like you have to look at that shit like an angel investor. Like you're essentially investing in yourself and the things you want to do. And like you say, when you do find your purpose, you'll realize that it takes so much of your time to fund what you want to do and curate it properly and then execute. It's like you don't have time to, watch TV or do anything outside of like what you're trying to accomplish. So shout out to you, bro. But shout out to Twitch though. If you were on Twitch, I would watch you on Twitch, bro. If you were playing games, what game are you playing?
See, I haven't been streaming lately though. I'm trying to get back into it. It's just this podcast has been taking up all my time, but I really want to start playing the new Modern Warfare 2 on Twitch.
Isn't it like a remake of the older one?
That's what it's supposed to be. Though there's like whole new maps and everything. So
it's Terminal.
It's still very different. I haven't seen Terminal yet.
Oh, but that was my shit.
I think they might. I have a feeling they're gonna remaster some of the old maps. That'll bring them back. That'll be pretty cool.
That'll be hard.
That'll be sick. Yeah, it's been fun. I used to stream all the time back about a year ago, a couple of years ago, and I started to gain some traction. And then when I moved out, of that place, it kind of just died because I kind of just went on to other things and slowly kind of gotten back into it, then stopped, and now.
Hey, it's like I saw this one video, bro, and it was like enjoying the process to, like success or whatever you view as like the end goal, and it was like this ladder type thing, and the dude was going up the ladder, but there was a trampoline on the side, and he would like go up one and then like fall and then bounce back up and then go up one, and it was like, and then he finally got to the top, and then he started to like enjoy jumping, like falling down and going back to this one, and then he would go with this and then run back up and then run back.
Right.
And it's like, I love watching that because it kind of changes your perspective on like the process to the top. It's like, I love that we can do that. You can have a passion and have something that you're interested in and get sidetracked for a little bit and then pick it back up seriously. And then, you know what I'm saying, put your focus over here. And the whole part about the journey is to encompass that whole process of it. And you may pick up like the whole thing. When I met Thug and like doing the thing in Atlanta where I got into the YSL thing, I was making clothes. I had learned how to sew. I taught myself how to use a sewing machine. Yeah. And that was like right when COVID happened. You know what I'm saying? And when I was doing clothes, I stopped making music completely.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Hello. Hey, what's her name?
Her name's Macy.
Hey, Macy. I love animals. Hey, girl. What type of dog is this?
Yeah, she's an Airedale. She's an Airedale, Airdoodle.
Airdoodle. She sounds cool. And her coat is so cool.
Yeah, I don't like her down here with all this stuff because she'll try.
She'll so.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, well, girl, you know what you gotta do.
Macy, come here. Go.
It was nice meeting you, Macy. We love the dogs. We love the dogs.
Sorry, what were we on about? That kind of sidetracked me.
We were talking about, just goals and like fluctuating.
Oh, right, yeah. With what I actually like about that tramp and the ladders is, I feel like that can not only be applied to your whatever you're working on or working towards, but your whole life essentially, you know, because people, they'll shift passions, they'll shift what they want to do sometimes, you know, as they're growing up, going through, you know, trial and error. And I feel like it really, you know, maybe that ladder they fell off of onto the tramp, maybe they bounce back up to another ladder that's somewhere else. You know?
It's all possible. It's just you're in control of everything. You know what I'm saying? There's like, there's only one ladder if you want it to be. If you want a million ladders, you can have a million ladders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like, that's the whole kind of cool thing about having one life is like, we have a thought process, and that's how I wasn't gonna go into but just really quickly, I was like, we do think about life like, you know, one way, and that's paradigmical, like to think about it like that, but it's all up to the book you're writing. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, and if you want to have lots and lots and lots of chapters, hey, hell, you know what I'm saying? Some books are 1,000 pages long, some books are like 5 pages, and they have the same exact amount of depth, value, information. You know what I'm saying? It's just all up to the person writing it.
And you learn something from every single one. You know?
Yeah. So hell yeah.
So you're partnered with a brand, or you got some kind of sponsorship going?
Yeah. Shout out to Hustler. This is a company and communication like with right now. We're still talking everything out and getting everything worked out, but they gave me this box of like goodies the other day. So you know about the Hustler magazines, right?
I don't think so.
Like, okay, so Hustler magazines back in the day, they used to be like, before porn was like on.
I
online,
see.
Like magazines and stuff. But now they're like doing more products like
rolls and stuff.
Rolls, vapes, all type of stuff.
Okay.
Events, you know what I'm saying? Just more like social media oriented. Less, I guess, getting away from that whole other thing.
Yeah.
Not entirely, but just building and branching off and doing something new. So.
That's cool.
I'm excited to see what they do. Excited to work with them.
Yeah. So how'd that come about?
I just been on my shit, man. Like for real. I just been like. After living in LA last year, I learned like the only thing that really stops you from doing exactly what you want to do is like really like the thought and like person, like, you know what I'm saying? So like I finally got out of my own way and started just like taking every situation seriously, you know what I'm saying? And like every single place that I see where I could fit, I would just like go all the way, you know what I'm saying? So I met this girl, Joanna Lewis, at this vape shop at this grand opening, and then we got in talks. We were just talking like entrepreneur type stuff.
Is that here in Salt Lake?
Yeah. Shout out Salt Lake, man.
That's crazy,
bro. In this 2 months, you would be surprised. Shout out Dolly's too, man. I gotta say shout out Dolly's too while we on the business thing. But yeah, I met Joanna, and we just stayed locked in talking like business, and then like I said, I take everything serious, so I kept that relationship going, and then we ended up talking again when she came back to Salt Lake. She's always flying around. And then she was like, pull up to this warehouse, and they had the box and stuff for me, and I met like the owner of the facility. And
oh,
shit
really?
Like that. Yeah, and then we're just talking and everything like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Just really being like, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna do whatever.
That's
you know
so
what I'm
sick.
Nothing's impossible.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy what just getting out there, just networking, talking to people. It's crazy what kind of opportunities can just open up like that.
Absolutely.
So what do you guys plan on doing like with this partnership?
Really, I'm just trying to show people, you know what I'm saying, especially like the younger crowd and the younger demographic, like the business side of it. That's why I'm like taking all the reels and like posting when I go to these places and meet these owners and like have these meetings where I'm in the bank having the meeting with the people on my business account. Like I want people to see the process of becoming a millionaire versus I think a lot of people just see like this rapper one day is saying, hey, listen to my music. Then the next day he's like with Travis Scott and rich as fuck. And everybody's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's cool. And I think that creates like that fandom. But I think it's kind of lame now. And not lame. Shout out to everybody that's doing that. But I think it's something new that should be brought to the world in the entertainment realm as far as like, but people should be spending their time watching because like watch time is big right now. So it's like if you're having that attention, what can you be showing people? And with that like 10 seconds, 60 seconds, I want them to see like, hey, this guy's in the warehouse with this old dude, but they're talking about something. And they're clearly 20 years apart, but like what could they be talking about? You know, we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, net terms. You know, we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, figuring out how we going to do trade lines through my, you know, EIN and their EIN, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So I want people to see into that. That's a part of it too. You can't just have big dreams, you know what I'm saying? And it's great to have big dreams, but you also have to have that big sense of responsibility to know like, I got to go get this other shit done so that I could do this. And I want people to see that. So hopefully with Hustler, like we can create those situations where I can show people like the business side of it because they're still trying to like do a lot of the expanding and campaigning too. So hopefully we can partner up.
That's cool. I really like that you wanting to show people a new perspective on the industry and in the business, you know, and
the business, not the industry.
Sorry,
I ain't trying to say nothing about the industry. The industry, don't. Hey, love Ace of Ace. Ain't nothing about nothing going on in the industry. Yo,
business, Are you essentially do you essentially feel like you also can show them like, yo, if you can put in what it takes, then you can become successful like this, you know, going through kind of this process.
Absolutely. Like, you know, Andy Warhol used to say everybody has their 5 seconds of fame. And I think that was for that time period. I think now with social media, everybody has their opportunity to capitalize on their ability to have 5 seconds of fame. It just takes that amount of work to do it. You know what I'm saying? And if you have the initiative, if you have the capacity to build discipline, if you really believe in yourself, you can be successful. Now we have access to the entire world through small means of, you know what I'm saying, communication like cell phones. So it's like it's wide open, you know what I'm saying? I want people to see that because I think there's so much of the other stuff being shown that people are getting away. Because I thought, bro, when I was seeing the world in 2018, I was like seeing into a future that looked a lot different than what it looks like right now. You know, I thought we were going to be a lot further down the line, but you know, it's just because what they're feeding the people. If back then they were showing what to do instead of showing people what it is at the end, I think we wouldn't have so many people just trying to emulate success right now. It would be more entrepreneurs and less like rappers.
Well, for sure. And it definitely, I feel like it really all starts with how you build your foundation, you know, because there's definitely the overnight fame where something goes viral overnight and then they just usually can't maintain that. You know, if it was just by luck that it just went viral, usually it's really hard to maintain that. But if you build a solid foundation, building great connections, networking, really building a good reputation as well, that foundation, then when you do have that viral success or whatever, usually it's a lot more consistent.
Absolutely, because you have something to sustain it. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? And shout out to everybody that goes viral overnight. But I just feel like when that does happen, I immediately seek out like the proper business education.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just most important, because a lot of people do go viral overnight, and then they get into the social aspect of it and then forget, and then somebody else gets control of all of that.
Yeah.
Then,
yeah.
These are good. Not, and that's not either good or bad. I'm not speaking on that, but hey,
right.
you know.
I wonder if it can just come down to like they get excited about it and they don't know how to really handle it, so they just kind of leave it up to other people to manage it, handle it for them, and it could either work out well for them or sometimes it can go bad. You know, but so it's very
can't be mad at the people that do what they do to get the money. You know what I'm saying? If you gave them control to do it,
right, yeah.
Can't be mad at them. But yeah, so that's my main purpose. I know we were talking and you were saying like what would be my message to the world, but I guess that would be it. Like my whole brand and message is like, just fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
People say like, oh, you're a rock star, this, I don't believe in all that, like rock star, punk, whatever. Be whatever the fuck you want to be, but at the end of the day, if you want to get rich, do that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just do that shit. And at the end of the day, hey, I mean, you trying to get rich, we could be friends. Let's get rich together. You know?
Right. I feel like in order to get rich and know your potential, you have to almost undo the brainwashing that like the corporate world has kind of done on people, right? Because like they tell you go to school, get a 9 to 5, work the rest of your life, and retire at 65. You know, and it's like so many people are essentially brainwashed to think that that's just life. Like you just got to do it. It's part of the system. But it's like when you can kind of realize that there's a lot more to life than just working the rest of your life like 9 to 5. I mean, if working 9 to 5 is working for you and you love it, then hey, you know, shout out to you, right?
Absolutely.
There's like nothing wrong with that. But you know, some of us, like personally, I hate the thought of working a 9 to 5 the rest of my life.
Absolutely.
You know, and so if you can kind of undo that, you know, seeing that there's more to that just doubt. Working, you know,
that's what it really is. They want to. And I say I'll be scared to talk about some stuff, but really what it be is like doubt, bro. The America, like I said, I did some research and I forget which one it was that said it, but they said that he wants to create more workers and less thinkers, and that was like a quote from someone a long time ago.
That sounds really familiar, but I'm not sure.
I don't know if it was General Ford or something. I don't want to misquote it, but I know that was like...
That sounds like a Ford quote.
Like someone said that shit, you know what I'm saying? It was like... No, it was one of the Rockefellers.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it was Rockefellers.
Yeah.
But hey, shout out to the Rockefellers. I ain't talking shit at all. I'm just saying what you said the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's already on Google. But that's what it said, and that just made me think, you know, hey, if you possess the mental capacity to do what you want to do, I believe like life is all about contributing to this whole like beehive that we have going on. Right. Everybody has their own function that makes it work out. And like my dad works at the post office. I would never work at the post office, but I'd be ordering shit online.
Right.
So
it's
like,
exactly. So
we need that nigga.
or like just going out to buy food from a nice place, right? We need the waiters and the chefs and whatever, you know. And so it's definitely like they're needed in society, but also like so. And if that works for them, that's awesome. You know,
you shouldn't feel trapped. You
right.
Shouldn't
exactly.
feel trapped if you got something you want to do, and if you got something you want to do, hey, shout out to the waiter that also has. You know what I'm saying, a side thing, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, or working to save that money to start a podcast, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, all that stuff, it matters. So, whatever way you got to do it. But, like you say, don't be doubtful. If you want to be great, you can't have doubt. You can't have fear. And that's what you're saying. Like, you got to undo that fear that they put in you, that if you don't work every day and get a paycheck, you may be broke. Hell, you may be broke. I was broke at one point. The shit might happen, you know?
Exactly.
Figure it out, you know?
It's like... You're okay, so if you're broke, try to be not broke. You know, exactly.
Like, you know, you got 24 hours in a day. You know, you can make something happen, and I think that that is what my main message would be to the youth. It's just like,
I like that.
Get away from thinking that somebody is going to save it or save you. You know what I'm saying? Learn. Like, it made me kind of upset with myself one day when I was thinking about something and I couldn't paraphrase it. Like back to like the social studies book, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to like do that shit. Like I could remember like a passage in a book and like be able to give a line and be like, oh, it was from da 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 da, and it made me think like, damn, it's been so long since I like educated myself. You know what I'm saying? Like properly, you know, the way I would do it in school. And it's like I don't want that for like the generations to come. You know what I'm saying? I want them to definitely look at what our imprint as, you know, the ones that are going into being the elders of what's going on, to see like it's cool to be smart, well-rounded, know multiple languages, be good at math, you know what I'm saying? And that makes you a good creative, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes you a good and better business person. It makes you a better human, you know what I'm saying? It's not just to go and make, you know, content all day and pray that one of the videos goes viral. Like, go do everything. You know, I want people to like just be, you know what I'm saying? If you're a better human, you'll be a better businessman, a better creative, you know? And you make more money.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like once you're someone who can really realize that, like, there's the concept of knowing time never stops, but once you really see what that truly means, that time doesn't stop, life just keeps going, I feel like that was what triggered me to really find the motivation and passion to keep going and not stop, no matter how I'm feeling, you know. And once you can see that, you're like an unstoppable force. You're just gonna like go
your
crazy.
Energy,
you know,
because
like I can't waste time. I can't, you know.
Because your body, your mind, you're tapping into that energy, bro. Like, it's like, what is it called? Inertia. Yeah. You know, like all that shit, like momentum. You know what I'm saying? Newton's third law, objects in motion stay in motion. Like all that shit, I be going back to kind of like put into my creative mind. It's like, I read that shit when I was in school. So it's like, all right, well, if I look at myself like an atom, I'm always vibrating. I'm always moving. You know what I'm saying? So even if I'm feeling like down, that's something in my brain telling me like, oh, that. But I'm still moving. So I could always get up and do something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that type of stuff. Sometimes I feel like people, they don't think that they're as great as they can be. And we got to get rid of that as a society.
Do you ever suffer from burnout?
Yeah. But I be creating in a burnout, because even that's art. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm burnt out, it may be trash. It may suck. It may be like, I may make a song and I do like 4 words on that shit. Or I may make a post or go out, try to go to a party or network, get too drunk. But it's still a part of it, you know? I think that everything is like a part of the journey.
Would you say that's how you kind of get through burnout, is you just do it anyways?
Yeah.
Force yourself to?
Absolutely.
That's cool. I feel like I've kind of created this kind of this mental thought that I tell myself. If I just tell myself to really get into the rhythm, then force myself to just start doing what it is I know I need to do, despite feeling like I don't want to do it. If I can just get into the rhythm of just doing it, it becomes a lot easier to just do. You know, your mind just like switches, you know?
That's great. That's great. That's key. That's key. That's key, because that's really important, bro. Like, because that's where you identifying that you have that power.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Once you can, I feel like everyone has a lot more willpower than they think. You know?
That's the whole point of this.
Exactly.
It's just that willpower.
And once you can tell yourself, you know, remember your willpower, remember how strong you really are, you can like force yourself through anything and get through anything you need to.
Yeah,
you
because life's a bitch. You know, and it's like, that's double-sided. Life is a bitch and it's a bitch. So it's like, it could be a bitch and it's a bitch. Like, you could do what the fuck you want to do to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, but you know what I'm saying? Everything happens, bro. Man, I could go all day, bro.
We'll definitely have to get together again sometime before you leave Salt Lake.
For sure.
So you're here till,
like, I'm trying to be moving again in April. I'm turning 25 in April 1st is my birthday.
Okay.
So cool. I want to go overseas. That's
like overseas.
My next thing. Yeah.
Where do you
got
our
passports and shit. London.
Yeah,
I've always had like a fan base over there. Even when I was like on SoundCloud, a lot of my like a lot of my people on Instagram, I'd be like, "Oh, I love your music so much." They were always like in the UK and shit.
Really? That's so cool.
So I'm like, I'm gonna go over there and see what's up. That's what life's about. It's like, I got a passport, you know, might as well.
I heard London's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's wild, but you can't have guns out there.
Oh yeah.
You gotta. Everybody got little
knives and
shit. And I mean, mad as fuck if a nigga ran down on me with a knife. Oh my god, god damn it.
But at least you have time to react and like maybe run the other way.
I'm like, bro, come on, bro. That shit. That's so funny. Yeah, but I'm thinking about going over there and working on my first album.
That's so sick. Yeah, I'm really hoping when Lebo starts moving out of country, you know, I'm hoping I can kind of follow bring the podcast and
that'd be dope.
I want to try and really reach the rest of the world.
I feel like he will too. I feel like he would do that soon.
Oh, for sure. I think within the next couple of years, even, because he's growing really fast.
He's moving.
Yeah. And
shout out that man. Tell him link with me. Tell him Love Asa want to holler at him. Tell him to get on the phone. Yeah. Tell him to get on the phone, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, I really appreciate you coming out here. This was very
great. This is a pleasure meeting you, man.
Yeah, you too, man. I wasn't sure what to expect, you know.
What do you think? You think I'd be crazy?
No, I don't. It's just every time I meet someone new for the first time for a podcast, they're so different from the last person. So it's like, you know, I don't know who this person's gonna be. I don't, you know. It's I'm usually really looking forward to.
What is that like? Like seeing so many different energies and shit. Like,
it's very inspiring. I feel like I can learn so much from every single person that I bring on, and I love to learn from them. That's really half the point of this podcast, is to learn from people and share it with the listeners. You know, and just learn, even if it's just little things. You know, there's definitely things I can learn, share with people from everybody. You know, because everyone has different experiences, and so it's very, very interesting.
It's like reading a book. Like you're reading like a life book every time. It's like you get to see it. You know
yeah.
Like it's like really quick. Before I wrap this up, I want to touch on a couple of things. I'm in Utah. I'm working on music. Everybody out here working on music. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. Let me know what you're doing. I want to see what you're doing. I want to support you. I want to, you know what I'm saying, give all the support I can to the city before I dip. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, what's the name of the podcast?
Out of Reese's
podcast for having me. Shout out to Reese for having me.
Course,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? We're going to keep turning it up. We're going to keep going. I'm going to be at the Soundwell on the 28th performing with Dogma Society, Death Proof, and NASCAR Aloe. We're going up. It's a movie. After that, if y'all want to come out and see me in LA, we're going up on Melrose December 10th. You know what I'm saying? 4B shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
So where can they find you on like social media and stuff?
I Love Asa on everything. Google me, Love Asa. I got the Google panel. You can find all the music.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Sersky. Yes,
I'll have all of his links in the description below if you guys want to check that out. And bro, again, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me, brother. It was nice meeting you, gang.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a good one wherever you're listening at. Daytime, nighttime, evening. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace.